What is going on YouTube? It's your boy 3MG. We're back with another video, and as my title states, do not buy a Nintendo Switch at launch. And I put it in quotes because I'm getting it straight off of a website, so I'll provide that in the link in the description. For those who aren't aware, a video surfaced around the net, and shout out to my boy Bless for hitting me up with his link of the Nintendo Switch unboxing. Somebody got it early, did an unboxing. Me, I get a little geeked out with hardware and stuff like that, games, hardware, you know, the good shit. So I tend to like really be in tune with what's coming out soon and what I'm gonna get myself into, or what I'm buying. But I wanted to really just get this out of the way quick because some of you guys who've seen my Nintendo Switch video, I think it was a 3MG Stories video too, of how I got screwed over. I OD'd on buying Switches by accident, whatever. But whatever the case was, people were saying like, yo, why are you buying a Switch? And I came out and said, one, I want to play the game. Two, I want to see what it's about. And three, the most important is that I have subs who always ask me, although I have my silly side, people always seem to ask, why, yo, like, can you help me here? Is this worth the purchase? Yo, what do you think? Are you going to buy this day one? I'm not too sure. So like, I'm not saying it's a job that I have to, but it's something I really enjoy doing. So if I have to take a loss and just so that I can provide for the few that really are interested in wanting to know if a Switch is worth it or how is it, because some people don't want to spend the money day one, I will be that guy, and there's many others who are like that too. But I want to say shout out to the few, because a few weeks ago when I did that video, people were writing W's in the chat, like, you know, just like some shit like that. But I had a DM, an email, matter of fact, a few DMs, and then an email saying things like, yo, I would like to contribute to that, whatever. So they donated, whether if it was $1 to like $2 to $3, $4, or $5. And I really appreciate that, because it allowed me to realize like, yo, even though these people are telling me, yo, I'm a huge fan and I really want to see your unboxing and I want to hear what your thoughts on this Switch. Like I said, even though I may be silly, but when it comes down to buying hardware now, I'm not the same like I used to be with buying a lot of shit. I take it very seriously. The hardware is very expensive. A lot of this shit is expensive, and I just love providing some depth content for you guys in terms of like the PS4 Pro, Xbox One S, the PSVR, just shit like that. So I want to say shout out to those who did contribute a couple of here and there to, you know, the pre-order, and I'm already almost done with it. And I will put a link in the description if you do want to contribute maybe $1 or $2 or so to this project for me to go ahead and get this Switch, only because like I really thought, wow, if people really want to see it, you know what, let me put the link there for those who still want to contribute to it and do my shout outs the night of the unboxing and stuff like that. And it worried me to say that, even because of people like Biblical. I'm not gonna lie, even though I kind of like his content, but Biblical fucked it up for a lot of people by making the goofy ass crime video and then asking for donations. Meanwhile, this nigga's making money out his ass, buying iPhones out the ass and all this shit with fucking 20,000 monitors, and then asking for money because he's broke. See, that's some goofy shit. But whatever, that's his situation, and it is what it is. But yeah, I wanted to really, because like, you know, if you guys are interested, I will have that link in the description. But I wanted to talk about this article because I've said it before too, like if this is worth a day one. And the reason why I'm always gonna be back and forth is because I wasn't sure what it's gonna provide for me. Now, for those who are huge Nintendo fans, even though, as it says in the article, and huge Zelda fans, no matter what, you guys are gonna find this to be a day one regardless. For someone like myself who never really even played a Zelda, but I'm willing to play day one, yeah, I'm gonna still consider buying it. And if you look at the launch titles, they're like some weak ass launches, weaker than Microsoft or Sony, whoever else. Very weak launch titles. And the services that are available and not available day one, it's a little bit of a iffy, because the price tag is $300 plus tax, plus the accessories are out the fucking ass. So the person who did the unboxing, there was an article that surfaced based off of that, and the person, and both of them put together an article basically stating why you shouldn't buy it. Of course, if you're just a random, you know, person who wants to just buy a console and are interested in whether or not buying, if the Nintendo Switch is worth buying or not. Now, as it states in the article, some of the released games, you have 1-2 Switch, Just Dance 2017, Bomberman, Super Bomberman R, Legend of Zelda, and I believe the other game was let me see here, it was Skylanders. This isn't a library of games that's gonna really reel the fans in, to be honest with you, especially if you're catering to adults. In this case, they're trying to cater to like the older teens. But these games, with the exception of Bomberman and Legend of Zelda, aren't really day one hits for like the console. And to be honest with you, although we're promised some games at like at a later date, it still doesn't really like justify this being as a day one purchase. And to be quite honest, this is the list of games that I preferred it being day one, and there's probably more games that you guys would have probably agreed on, but as just being as simple as it gets, I put Mario Kart 8, Mario Odyssey, Resident Evil 7, some of the Telltale games, Virtual Console day one, and Super Smash Bros. Port, and also a trial with several games that you're able to see whether or not it's worth buying or not. See, they don't have any of this coming day one. And once again, I thought Capcom was going to jump on board with Resident Evil coming out for the Switch. Smash Bros. Port would have been nice. A Virtual Console to, I guess, the GameCube or Nintendo Wii would have been nice. You know, there's a bunch of games on there that we would have loved to play day one. This would have gave more value to the Switch as to justifying why it's worth a day one purchase. And some of the stuff, as they stated here, because of the services that are available at launch and not available at launch. For example, the online services that's coming later on, the chat, being able to chat with friends or whatnot, servicing the web, what kind of restrictions are we going to have? We understand that there's a touch screen, that's all good and gravy, but we do know that there's no, media services at launch. I don't even think we have a YouTube app. We don't have a Netflix. I mean, once again, that shouldn't be a reason to buy or not buy a Switch, but this is just something that I'm telling you that what's available to us having on this $300 device. We're given basically a blank device, but we're gonna have to purchase all the insides first. So basically a day one, and what I mean by that is we're gonna have to purchase like all the games and stuff like that. But day one, you might have to spend like $400 because you're gonna want a game. You're gonna want to either buy a controller or not. You're gonna probably try to get some accessories for it, or maybe buy 2 games so that you don't be bored with it. And then how long until you get like another refreshing game? I have faith and belief that there's gonna be some big hits coming soon for the Switch. We just don't know when. Like I said, if Pokemon Stars comes out for the Switch this year or early next year, I can see millions of copies sold along with this console. And another thing too is, I hope the way they marketed the Switch towards the end, people are saying it's amazing, but I think it's stupid because they put out this trailer at the Super Bowl, right? But yet you only allowed 2 million pre-orders in the US. So then why? And that was way before the Super Bowl. So what is this, to overhype people for something that's not available for them at launch, and now they're gonna have to wait? You should have had this kind of like trailer or whatever way beforehand, or had enough Switches available so that when you do put out the Super Bowl ad for, at the time, people would have pre-ordered it. So there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts on this. And there's some other news that I actually wasn't aware of, and it says here, one fun fact: you need a $30 Joy-Con charging grip if you want to keep playing on your TV when they go flat without having to stop or switch to handle mode. And I didn't know it had to go to handle mode in order to increase battery life. I thought they had their own battery life, but it seems like unless you don't, and that's probably why the Switch dies fast. So that's actually a problem. So I want to really bring this to you guys because, I mean, although it may not even be available to those day one, but it's still important to see what's Nintendo doing and how they're trying to go about this, because what you don't want to do is kind of bring back the memories of the Nintendo's Wii U and how it performed and how it failed miserably, and try to relive that, so, but I'm still risking with buying this. You can't get supported monetized content with this because Nintendo's gonna claim it, but that's just other shit. But yeah, we gotta be careful when you buy stuff like this, because day one, how long is this gonna last up until they get the next game? Why? Because Mario Kart comes out and you feel like from March to April that can hold it down? I don't know. We haven't heard any other news with other games that are coming out, but I will make sure to keep you guys posted. But once again, thank you guys, and thank you for those who done supported. What I did was I took the money that you guys donated to put it on a Google Doc note and made sure that I separated that and will not use that PayPal money, whatever. And when the day of the Switch comes out, I put it to my bank account and pay it off like that. So I really appreciate that, you guys. So make sure you guys comment below. What are your thoughts with the Switch? I know a lot of you may be negative and just iffy with it and skeptical, but yeah, subscribe if you're new. Still, drop your thoughts, your hopes, what games and good shit that you want to see come out later for the Switch. And until then, it's your boy 3MG. I'm out of here. Peace.
Bands in my pocket, match the car color. Yeah, guess a nigga match that. I got the high score up in the gym.